you doing? Welcome back to Tea Time with Mudis. As always, it's an absolute delight to have you guys joining me. So, just like I said, super girlfriend and chill, or just, chilling with yours truly. No, that didn't come out nice. Or, just chilling with yours truly. I'm really hoping that you're both having fun and you are, of course, also learning. So, what do we want to talk about today? Let's see. Again, I'm forgetting. I have to sip the tea before we begin. I don't know about you, but I usually love my tea with a lot of ginger, like really too much ginger. And what is ginger in Swahili? I know the word. I know tangawizi, yes. So a lot of ginger and a lot of sugar. Like too much ginger and too much sugar. And I love it black. Like black. Why am I not able to show you guys inside the cup? Okay, sorry about that. But I'm shooting by myself. So I'm really sorry. You guys are, or let me just, I have to show you guys inside the cup today. Ta-da! Yep. So I know kuna wale watu wengine. I'm sorry. Now that is the problems of shooting by yourself because I just spoiled it and I have to set it up again. There we go. I know some of you guys have been imagining me chai thick ya maziwa na nini. Sorry, boo. It's not. It's just, your typical strungi, your typical black tea. That is how I enjoy my tea. So grab your cup of tea and let's get this show on the road. So those who know me know that my father is late. And those who didn't get that, I mean that my father is actually dead. And he passed on, now that was 2014, yes. So someone requested that I talk about how I dealt with the grief and with the loss. And honestly, I didn't deal with it. So I'm not certain if this will be a blessing to someone or not. But I was like, whatever, let me just share anyway. So yeah, that is what I'm doing. So my pops was sick. Like, how do I put this? Recurring, these recurring illnesses. He gets sick, gets admitted, gets out of the hospital, and then he's sick again, blah, blah, blah. And, it was cancer. So the interesting thing with cancer is sometimes you feel like, yeah, now he's fine. He's definitely recovered. He's good. And then the next minute, he's sick again. He's hospitalized, chemo, and it's crazy, and all these drugs and skin cancer. So that was what was happening. And so I remember calling him this one time, and what is this thing called? I think it's mock. This exam people usually do just before the KCSE. So I remember calling him and I had improved massively. So I was so excited, and I know my pulse was the best friend, the best friend. So I call him and I'm like, yay, Pops, I just did so well in my mock and I'm so excited and I'm going on, and those people who know me know I barely shut up. So I'm yada. And then he's like, darling, that's good news. Let me call you back in a moment. I'm feeling so weak and so tired. And he said it in such a weak voice, such a tired voice, and I was like, okay, fine. So I hung up and I was waiting for his call. We used to have a place where we'd call when we were in high school. So I'm standing there waiting for him to call, and then I saw dude is not calling back. So I call him again and no one is speaking his number. So I'm like, okay, fine. I bet, he's been sick. No one told me he was in hospital, but actually he was in hospital. And then that very day I spoke to him. I think a few days later, he goes into a coma. Again, no one told me because we were honestly preparing for our final exams, so it's like crazy. So nobody really told me what was going on back at home. So I knew the situation was bad. I just didn't know how bad it was, how extremely bad it was. Okay, the microphone looks funny here, but I just didn't know how bad it was. So anyway, on my prayer day. The prayer day is these two prayers that they hold just before the exams. So on my prayer day, I get called into the principal's office. And you guys, trust me, my dad was the last thing on my mind. I didn't even imagine this conversation could be about my father. So I go and I'm thinking a lot of things. Maybe they need a public speaker. Maybe they need somebody to perform, because I was very good in acting, drama, very good. Like, I'm that chick you can give a call when you need somebody to just act things out. Like, yeah, very good. Yeah, you have to blow your own trumpet sometimes. So I'm imagining somebody needs a counselor, because again, I was a peer counselor in high school. So I'm like, okay, this could be the thing. So they need somebody to pray for them, because again, so all these things are what is going through my mind. Maybe that is why the principal is calling me. And so I get to her office, and after the pleasantries, and then I think I'm going to need a sip of tea. After the pleasantries, and then she's like, I don't want to beat about the bush. You know that your father was sick, and he had cancer, and that is something so serious, and he has passed on. I was shocked, very shocked, and she hugged me, and then I just returned the hug. And I know she was waiting for me to cry. Guess what? I didn't. I was shocked. So I didn't cry, and then she's going on and on, don't worry, oh nini. And so I'm like, okay, thank you for the news. I will see myself out. So I meet my best friend, because guys are picking chairs to take to the prayer ground or whatever. So I meet her on the way, and I'm like, yo, dude, do you remember we were praying for my dad, right? And then she's like, yes. And then I tell her, he's dead. Just so chill. And she's like, dude, stop joking with such serious issues. The times for jokes, the times for people to be serious. And I'm like, I'm for real. My father just passed on. I was called to the principal's office to be told that he's gone, and she couldn't believe it. She just couldn't, and she hugs me, and then she's like, everything's going to be fine. I'm like, yeah, sure, everything is just going to be fine. I'm not even worried, because I just saw a vision, and he is resting with the angels. He's resting with the Lord, and so I'm super excited. In as much as I'm super sad, I'm happy. And one thing I had told God is, let no one I love, and especially people in my family, die if you know they're not going to heaven. So if you know they're not coming to eternity with you, then I don't want them dead until they have had the good news and they have been convicted and they have been born again. Then it's fine. Once they're done doing their job over here, you can just text them. It's okay. And so I was like, I have just seen a vision of him, and he's in heaven and he's with the Lord. And so it's sad, but I'm not worried. And so everyone was waiting for me. I'm trying to see the time. Okay. Everyone was waiting for me to cry. I didn't. So we go back home, because I had to go for the burial. And so we go home, and everybody is like, no, don't let the girl do her exams. Don't do it, because this is too much for her. But I went back to school. I did my exams. I think it was a week to the exam. I did my exams, and I came back. Wait, I went for the burial. The next day, yes, the following day, I was supposed to be starting my exams, and I just did the exams. But one thing I've realized is it's okay to cry. I usually tell myself that, even when I don't want to cry, because I used to feel like crying is a sign of weakness, and there is no need to cry when everybody else is crying. But I've come a long way into realizing that it's actually okay to cry. It's actually okay to feel bad. It's actually okay to feel sad. It's actually okay to feel hurt. And you have to cry. When you feel like crying, go ahead. Honey, just do it. Just do it. If you want to cry, just do it. And so I think that would be my major takeaway point for anyone dealing with any form of grief, whether it's the loss of a loved one, it's the loss of a job, it's the loss of a relationship, it's the loss of whatever it is, a child, whatever it is that you feel like you have lost, it's okay. The loss of a business, you need, if you feel like crying, take your time, cry, go through the motions, because I started mourning my father 1 year later when I was in college. Yes, I said it. When I was in college and then something happened, I was like, if only Paps was here, this would have never happened. And it was just so dramatic. My God, let me just... I honestly don't even want to think about it. And so one thing I really honestly learned from that is it's okay to cry. If you want to cry, go through the emotions, cry your last tears, be sad. It's okay to be sad. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. So, and again, I would say it's like 6 years down the line. We are still strong. We're still standing. We're still doing all these amazing things, and we are just getting started. So the loss of a loved one does not mean it's the end of the world. It's sad, and you have to be sad because you're normal. Go through the motions, but don't let it be like this is the end for me. And I think that would just be it. You will rise up above the situation, honey. It gets worse before it gets better, but it definitely will get better. So just hang in there, go through the motions, trust the process, and you end up on the other side healed and whole. Thank you so much for always watching. If you have a story of how you've dealt with grief or how you've dealt with the loss of a loved one or something, just, let me know down below, or you can as well just email me at felicitymudis@gmail.com, and I will be sure to get a chill session with you and just talk tea as we get to bask and just talk about things that we all go through because we're humans. I love you guys so much. This has been Tea Time with Mudis. Thank you for always hanging out with me. Don't forget to share, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up if this is a blessing to you. I love you guys so much. Bye bye.